From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Enough with the Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh! Well.
Yo, so what's up, YouTube family? This is D from Brooklyn, the Assistant Chiefy. Yes, I'm back. It's been a while. I've been pretty busy working on a lot of projects. I started a new job, so I've been moving and shaking, and I'm long overdue for an update. Okay, so many of you probably won't recognize this tank. Sometimes I look at it and I don't recognize this tank. This was my quarantine tank, which came to life, believe it or not. Can you believe it? If you remember my Sandy video or my other planted tank videos, there's my 20 extra high planted tank. I've given away a lot of the kabamba because the kabamba becomes very, very nutrient crazy, and you know, I thinned it out as far as the other plants and things. The sword, I thinned it out. The moss, I've thinned out. A lot of the wisteria thinned out. You know, I got rid of a lot of the plants because they were just like a jungle in there. The tetras are doing very well. The fish are doing very well. It's just been a while. I've been so busy. My skunk botillas, they're running all over the place all the time. The bettas, I did lose one of my male bettas about 2 months ago. I got another one. He's been in, actually there are two in there that have been in there for a while. This one I've had about a couple of weeks. A nice female. There's another female in there somewhere. And yeah, that's an update. You know, I cleaned the tanks a while ago, but I says, it's been a while, Dave. You got to give these guys an update. And I was really more focused and amazed at, if you look at my older videos, this was just a quarantine tank. A friend of mine gave me some guppies. I had endlers, and they bred in here. So, as I mentioned also in my other tank, I used to take the cuttings from this tank and put them down in my quarantine before I would bring them to my Brooklyn Aquarium Society auctions. So, the little nibs that I left in here, look at the bottom. I couldn't get this to happen in my main tank if I wanted to establish that carpet effect. Probably because the tank is so tall, but one piece of Java moss grew into this entire carpet. Look at how it grew. It grew in a straight line, and guess what? Look how this grew into a tree. It grew into a tree, and all that is running down here is this corner pump. I change the water probably every week and a half, probably about every week and a half, more or less. My beta is probably giant size. I love to watch him in this little this is a 5.5 gallon tank, which was my quarantine tank, and it became a project. So now what do I do with all these fish? I got a dozen endlers in here that have bred. I have this other botilla here, a relative of the clown loach, another striped loach here, which loves it down there. If you can see, the moss is like amazing the way it grew. This is a sand substrate. I didn't want any substrate down here because it was a quarantine tank, but I had sand in there, and can you believe how everything grew in here? So to all of you guys that start this hobby, this is why aquarists have so many tanks. That hang on the back filter I don't use, it's just sitting there because I didn't have anywhere to store it. But this is why we have so many tanks, because what began as a little project becomes a whole entire ecosystem. You know, I'm not treating it with anything. I'm not putting CO2 in there. I'm not doing anything special in there. Look at the family of guppies that I have in there. It's amazing. They were the size of a decimal point about 2 months ago. Now I have a family of guppies, so I don't have the heart to get rid of them. Right now I have a sinking algae wafer in there for my loach, because he loves those sinking algae wafers, and he doesn't bother the plants. You know, my beta loves it. He's beautifully healthy, probably ready to breed if you can see the stripes on him. I've been trying to breed these betas. I've been unsuccessful, but I have ended up breeding a whole other micro nano planted tank, 5.5 gallons. Endlers look like giants in this tank, as you can see, and I just thought it was amazing. And it just wanted to go and show, I just wanted to prove the point that sometimes we try too hard to make something happen in a tank, where if you're patient, you have good maintenance, good husbandry, things will grow and they will thrive. I have some T5s in here, very bright, hard to film them. There's just two. There's actually an actinic blue, and I believe that's might be a 10,000 K bulb, because I used to use this on my refugium, but since I got LEDs on it, I moved it over here in this little 5-gallon tank. Apparently that did the trick. Those plants grow in there faster with nothing than the plants in here. These are old compact fluorescents that I never changed out, but I'm planning on, when homie get the dollars in there, I'm gonna just swap those out with T5s, because these guys are old, and it's amazing. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm gonna be very busy. I have quite a bit of editing to do. I visited quite a few shops and tanks, and I have updates on my 125-gallon tank upstairs that I am overdoing editing. So in the meantime, post your comments. Anybody is in the market for guppies, they know where to come now, as I have like about 2 dozen, and I'll probably be thinning this out. Some of these plants are gonna go to my aquarium meetings as donations for the auction, and that's it. So until later, thank you for watching. Check out my DFB, or D from Brooklyn Aquatics page on Facebook. I'll be posting a lot of updates and calendar events from things that I run into or I get from friends. Right now, Thomas Brown, the Reef Guy, Thomas is doing amazing videos. I'll be posting links to his videos, and live, actually he's doing live interviews on the weekends. We have one coming up. I'll be posting updates and calendar events for that on my Facebook site, as well as a few local events, our meeting events, and Brooklyn Aquarium Society photo contest, which you can check out on our Bass page, BASNY, or just Google us, Brooklyn Aquarium Society, and check out our photo contest coming up. Actually, it's in full swing. There's a lot of entries coming up, and I'd like you guys to take part. So until next time, this is D from Brooklyn, keeping my sanity by keeping fish, and I'm a dad again with a whole bunch of zillion freshwater fish here. Anybody want guppies, drop me a line. All right, see ya, shark bait.